A long time ago, there was a great war between the Greeks and the city of Troy. This war is known as the Trojan War, and it was one of the most famous battles in history. But was it real or just a story? Let's explore the mystery. The story of the Trojan War comes from an old poem called the Iliad, written by a Greek poet named Homer over 2,700 years ago. According to the myth, the war started because of a beautiful woman named Helen. Helen was the wife of King Menelaus of Sparta, a city in Greece. But a prince from Troy, Paris, fell in love with her and took her back to Troy. This made King Menelaus very angry, and he called upon the other Greek kings to help him get Helen back. Together they built a huge army and sailed across the sea to attack Troy. The Greeks and Trojans fought for 10 years. Many famous warriors fought in this war, such as Achilles, the strongest Greek warrior, nearly impossible to defeat; Hector, the bravest prince of Troy who led his people in battle; Odysseus, a clever Greek hero who came up with a famous plan. The war was brutal, and thousands of soldiers died, but neither side could win. After years of fighting, the Greeks had an idea. They built a huge wooden horse and left it outside the gates of Troy. Then, they pretended to sail away, making it look like they had given up. The Trojans, thinking they had won, brought the wooden horse inside their city as a gift. But they didn't know that Greek soldiers were hiding inside. That night, while the Trojans were celebrating, the hidden Greek soldiers climbed out of the horse, opened the city gates, and let the rest of the Greek army in. The Greeks destroyed Troy and won the war. For a long time, people thought the Trojan War was just a myth. But in the 19th century, a German archaeologist named Heinrich Schliemann discovered the ruins of an ancient city in Turkey. This city, called Hisarlik, matched descriptions of Troy from ancient stories. Historians now believe that the Trojan War may have been based on real events, though it may not have happened exactly as Homer described. Some say it was a real war between Greeks and Trojans over trade routes, not Helen. Even if the Trojan War was not exactly as told in the Iliad, its story has inspired people for thousands of years. Books, movies, and TV shows still tell the story of Achilles, Helen, and the famous Trojan Horse. Whether myth, legend, or history, the Trojan War remains one of the greatest stories ever told.